Because of the increased numbers entered this year, they are up by 40%, the exhibition, which is normally confined to the main hall, had to be extended to an adjoining room. Northern Ireland was represented for the first time by competitors from schools in Derry, Enniskillen, Lurgan, Coleraine and Belfast.
Would it be economically feasible to extract the uranium from the water?
Well, in my opinion, at present, I don't think it would be, because uranium is widely distributed in nature, and for instance, limestone contains 3 parts per million of uranium, and seawater only contains 0.002, 0.003 parts per million of uranium. Therefore, at the present state of affairs, it wouldn't be economic.
Would it be fair to say that to some extent your experiment backfired insofar as the results were negative?
Oh no, because, well, I didn't make the world, you know, I can't help that. My aim was to find an answer to a question, and I found the answer.
There's a total of £6,500 in the prize fund to be shared among exhibitors, schools and teachers. One of the highlights is this display of Ireland's involvement in the European space programmes. And some of the questions posed by the exhibitors are interesting too. For instance, how can we avoid earthquakes? Does disco music damage your health? One that's likely to be somewhat controversial: how much tax should the farmers pay?
A new decade, a new breed of young scientist. 15-year-old winner Anna Minchin set the ball rolling in a truly futuristic fashion. The Taoiseach Charles Haughey then presented her with a cheque for £1,000 and a perpetual trophy. Anna now goes on to represent Ireland at the European Science Contest in Brussels, and she'll be a guest of honour at the Nobel Prize ceremonies in Stockholm next December.
She could sell her cryptographic formula for securing computer messages to guarantee their confidentiality, but she doesn't want people to have to pay for her discovery.
I certainly didn't set out doing my project to make money. I set out to have some fun.
Just after coming out of school and getting into the car, and just my mother just said to me, get in quick or the roast will be burnt in the oven. So I just came up with the idea from that. I said it would be right handy if you could turn off the oven from your mobile phone. So that's how I started.
She's the youngest winner ever and the first from Kerry. 13-year-old Emer Jones investigated the stability of emergency sandbag shelters used in disaster relief. Such practical application in one so young was what impressed the judges.
Just flabbergasted, to be honest. It's absolutely amazing.
You say you didn't see this coming. Tell me.
No. I thought that if I got a recommendation, I'd be absolutely over the moon.
The Young Scientist Trophy has returned to Sink Street CBS for the 3rd time. This is a disadvantaged school, but it's had more success than any other in producing winners in this competition. Inside, Eric Doyle and Mark Kelly, feted by classmates and questioned.
Do you think NASA would be interested in what you've done?
That's an interesting question. The Irish mathematician who inspired Mark and Eric began his career with NASA. More recently, Diarmuid O'Mahuna has solved a maths problem, the Euler problem, that has baffled mathematicians for 250 years.
I have produced exact solutions for a very old problem. And it put these gentlemen in a position of assessing how well the numerical procedures perform against my exact solution. And they've done a beautiful job.
This is the control room for the 57th BT Young Scientist and Technology exhibition. The first Young Scientist competition took place here in the Round Room in the Mansion House in Dublin in 1965, and every year it fills the RDS with students from across the country. But the 2021 exhibition is taking place virtually, where over 1,000 students will showcase their projects online over the next 3 days.
Back in person after 2 years of virtual events, more than 1,100 students from across Ireland are gathering in the RDS for the BT Young Scientist and Technology exhibition. The projects span a range of areas, from music therapy for dogs to an app for making drivers more aware of tyre safety.